Hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud Institution. The Cloud Institution is the best software training institution. So as part of this Terraform series today, we're going to see another very interesting topic, that is Terraform state file on storage account backend. So what is storage account backend? Which is on Azure, right? So now we can see what is the Terraform state file storage account backend. So Azure RM storage account backend stores. This is for Azure RM, right? So in the last video we have seen about how to store your the state file on S3 bucket. So if you have not watched that particular video, please go and watch it. Now today in this video we're going to see about the Azure RM storage account backend stores the state file in a storage account object type, at the path set by the key parameter in the storage account. Okay, it's used to securely store the state file in the cloud. Okay, so basically what's happening here is that so if you want to store any files on the if you want to store any files in the backend, so then that is going to be used to store your state file in the backend. Okay, so we are going to see that in demo how we can use it, right? So now if you want to, in the last video we have seen, like so we have configured as a backend for S3 bucket. Okay, so now in this tutorial, so we are going to see about backend is equal to Azure RM. So what is Azure RM? Azure RM is nothing but so Azure RM is nothing but the Azure Resource Manager. Okay, so the backend is equal to Azure RM, and then I'm going to create one simple user which by the Archicop website, right? So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create the storage account first. Okay, now I'm going to my console. Okay, so I'm going to storage accounts. Now I don't see any storage accounts now, right? So now I'm going to create one storage account. Okay, so click on create. Okay, so the storage account, I don't have a resource group, so I'm going to create a new resource group. It's called Azure RM, Terraform backend. Okay, so this is a backend Terraform Azure RM Terraform resource group is what something I'm just mentioning. Click on OK, and the storage account name has to be unique, right? So it has to be unique across all the places. So now I'm going to do is a cloud um, backend storage uh, backend one probably. Okay, now this bucket name is available. Okay, so now I'm going to create a review and create. I'm going to create a, so all the other options are not required, so I'm going to create it. Okay, so now meanwhile it's getting created. Is this getting reviewed now? All right, okay, I'm going to click on create. Now as you can see, resource group name is going to be this one, and then the storage account name is going to be this one. Okay, so now let's go back and see the resource group name. Resource group name is going to be, okay, so resource group, and then storage account name is going to be, okay, so here is starting deployed. The storage account name is going to be cloud institution 1. Okay, cloud institution 1 is what something which you created. Now storage account name is going to be cloud institution 1. Okay, so the container name, what is container? If you know about Azure, okay, so the container name is nothing but so which container, which folder inside, or which folder inside, which container name inside, it has to be created state files. So this is what the key is nothing but which name the state file has to be saved. Okay, so this container name has to be created manually by us, so the key will be automatically created. Now let's go back and see whether this is got created or not. Okay, so it's got created. Go to resource. Now as you can see here, it's got created. Okay, now click on containers. So we don't have any containers. Okay, so let's create a container name. Okay, so what is the container name is there here? Okay, tf state is what the container name I'm going to creating. Okay, so container name is going to be tf state. Okay, so this is the container name. Okay, inside that there is no objects. Okay, now we can upload it as well. Okay, but what we're going to do is that we're going to be creating this um, creating the state file inside this particular Terraform state. Okay, now what are we going to do is that I'm going to do, okay, Terraform init. So Terraform init, if I can, we need to do, because we added a backend. So azurerm, I'm going to do a Terraform init as a backend. So if you do Terraform init, it's going to be taking as a, it's going to be downloading all the configurations, because I've already mentioned azurerm over here, so that it knows, and also I've added AWS. Right? Okay, so now it's going to be azurerm. So all the configuration is going to be getting downloaded. Along with that, it's going to be adding the backend azurerm. Okay. Now, once we added it, we are going to seeing that, so azurerm users. So we are going to create one azurerm user. Okay, so meanwhile it's getting finished, right? So the user principal name is going to be, I'm going to give cloud institution, user. Okay, so display name is going to be, okay, so the cloud institution. Okay, so the nickname is going to be something, Terraform. Okay, the password is going to be, we can set any password. Okay, I'll keep this password as well for now. Okay, so it doesn't matter much. Okay, so meanwhile what happens is that, so this actually got azurerm is got, the initialized, it's getting initialized. Okay, it's just downloading all the AWS and Azure, both the configurations. Okay, now as you can see here, the backend has been configured. So again, you can go if you wanted to go and see, so there won't be nothing inside the. Okay, so as you can see here, as soon as we initialize the Terraform in it, before that there was nothing. Okay, as you can see here, the Terraform state file is got created. Okay, so as soon as you initialize this Terraform, so it's going to be created now. So if you go and see, okay, now if you can see the edit, if you click on edit, you see Terraform state file. Okay, this particular state file is got created automatically through the backend. All right, now what we can do is, so what we can do, we can close this one. Now for now we can go and do a Terraform plan and see Terraform plan. Okay, so for now I'm not going to create any AWS related resources. I'm going to do comment it out. Let me focus on only this, acquiring state log. So whenever the acquiring state log, then it's going to be, um, okay, so value must be in the email address. Okay, so it must be in the email address. Okay, cloudinstitution@gmail.com is what something I'm just giving. All right, okay, so now I'm going to give Terraform plan again. Okay, so it's going to be creating one user. Okay, so the user is going to be this one, right? So now as you can see here, we don't have any users. If you go to enter id and see, there are many users, but it's not been created by Terraform. Okay, I think that's not required, but I wanted to see about, how the Terraform stateful looks like. Now I'm going to Terraform apply. Okay, so apply auto approve. Now what happens is that instead of storing the state file in the local, so now it's going to be, the creating the state file in the remote place. Okay, so it's going to be giving some error. Okay, so domain priority of the user principal priority is invalid. You must use one of the valid domain names in your organization. Okay, so I want to see that what is going to be the valid domain name. I'm going to be using the same thing. Let me go back here and okay, so I'm going to enter ID. Okay, I'm going to users. I'm going to see, what are the other users has already been created with the domain name. Okay, I'm going to use the this one of the um, email IDs. Um, okay, so now I'm going to use the cloud institution. I'm going to paste it. Okay, so I'm going to give cloud at the rate. Okay, so let me just try with one of these domain names. Okay, it's creating this user. It's called the cloud institution. Okay, now as you can, let's go back and see here, still creating. Okay, let's go back and see here the state file. So what is the state file it's been creating? So if you click on here, okay, so if you wanted to see the content on the state file, you can click on here and you can click on edit here, and then you'll be seeing the state. Okay, so probably still it's not been okay. So because this task is still running, so now yeah it's not, now it's got created. Now let's go back and see whether the Terraform state file, the content IAM user content, I mean enter ID user content is added or not. Okay, see here, so azurerm user is got created, right? So this is how you'll be, so this is how you'll be using the Terraform state file, Terraform state file that used to be stored in the backend cloud, yeah, sorry, storage account. Okay, this is storage account. The state file will be stored in the backend. Okay, this is what called Terraform backend storage as a azurerm. Okay, so that's it about this video, guys. Hope you like this video. Okay, so now if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and see you again in the next video. So we are going to be seeing a lot of interesting Terraform videos in the future. Okay, please stay tuned for this.